ain't the one for me. You ain't got shit I need. Want me to take my time with you. Maybe I'm not your speed. Maybe I'm not your league. You ain't even got no cheese. Maybe I'm just too...
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So on this lovely day, I just got up and I'm like, you know what? We are not as close as I would like us to be. And when I say we, I mean you and me. So I'm like, what other way would I be able to, for you guys to get to know me, for me to get to know you guys, than to do a sit down, chit chat, and talk about some juicy stuff. Yeah, that I can definitely relate to, and that I feel like a lot of you guys can relate to too. And I just feel like this is the perfect time. So today we're gonna get ready, we're gonna get popping, and that's just what it's gonna be. And if you are not already subscribed, sis, what's up? Okay, what's good? Okay, so today I want to go for a more, please don't mind my closure because this is not cooperating right now, but I want to go for a more like brown type of look, you know, y'all will see. So I have already done my brows, and I used the ColourPop pomade that I'm always raving about. Here it is with LA Girl concealer. So yeah, I just did that to save some time, and I'm going to be popping that concealer on my lids as a primer, and we're going to go ahead and get chatting, okay sis? So first of all, I want to talk to you guys about something that happened, I think this was like in January. Okay, so a family friend came over and was talking to me and my mom, and I don't know, I'm gonna use this to blend this out. So we were talking about somebody was getting married, and I don't even remember who it is, honestly, now that I'm talking about it. But he just turned around randomly and he was like, so my nickname is Muffin, by the way. See, if we're gonna get to know each other, I gotta spill all the tea. So my nickname is Muffin. Only people in my family call me that, so yeah. Feel free to either call me Kiara or Slay. But so yeah, he turned around and he was like, so Muffin, when are you getting married? And I'm like, you talking to me? Like, are you talking to me? Because I'm confused about why we even talking about this. And here's why. It's no secret that one day I want to get married, because I've talked about it on my channel before. So we're not even gonna sit up here and act like eventually I don't want to be married. But for somebody to ask me, it just threw me off guard, because for somebody to ask me, like, if you guys didn't know, I'm 21. Let's just say I get married tomorrow, even though that's gonna take a whole miracle and a whole lot. So that's besides the point though. So let's just say if it was feasible for me to get married tomorrow, I truly feel like I would be like, well dang, I kind of miss my single life. I kind of miss my life where I could just wake up and do what I want. Or let's just say if I decided, because you know, like, eventually I want to have kids. Let's just say I'm like, okay, cool, let's do it. I want to have kids. I honestly, truthfully feel like I would miss the life of me not having children, because, you know, kids are, you know, it sounds good, you guys, but kids are not a walk in the park. They're not a joke. They're not, and neither is marriage. And I've never had either one of those things. Why is this not showing up? Okay, we gotta move on to something else, because that ain't showing up. But yeah, I think it sounds good, but like, I've been an auntie for, I know I'm jumping all over the place, y'all, but bear with me, I'm going somewhere with this. I've been an auntie for 6 years now. Yeah, 6 years now. And I am a very hands-on auntie. Like, I'm not, oh, I just see the kids every, 3 months. And yeah, I'm real hands-on. I pick them up from school. I do a lot. So it has granted me the opportunity to see what it's like, just a glimpse of what it's like to actually take care of a child and take care of kids. And I honestly feel like that's why I'm not really rushing the whole life thing. So yeah, so I feel like once you get a glimpse of what it really means to like take care of a whole another human being, even though I'm just the auntie, I feel like I don't want to rush that. I don't want to rush that, and I really want the right person to share that whole experience with. And I'm in no rush because I don't want to get there and then be like, well, dang, I kind of miss, not having to be responsible for a whole another human being, or having to do all these things for this man, and stuff like that. So I want to live my life right now just the way it is and just how it is, with no rushing, with no time frames. I'm just really in a place where I just really want to enjoy my moment. I just really want to enjoy my life right now, So I was just very thrown off about that question, and I'm like, when am I getting married? I don't even know how to answer that question. I'm just like, only God knows. Only God knows. Okay, so another thing that I want to talk to you about is cheating. So I know you're just like, okay, you just gonna hit us with that, sis. So here's my thing. So around like, how long ago was it? It's been like 3 weeks. So I was with my dad, and we was with my cousin, and we was talking, and we got into this, like, I don't want to say heated debate, because it was a very good debate. I'm glad we got a chance to, share these thoughts with one another. Whether I agree with him or not, it was still a good conversation to have, So we were talking, and basically men and women have different views on cheating, and I'm pretty sure you guys already know what I'm about to say. Men believe that when women cheat is worse because our emotions are attached, and things like that. That's truly what they have told themselves and what they believe, and they think it's okay for them to cheat because there's no emotions involved. Let me just explain something to y'all. I really don't know where I'm going with this look, but we're just gonna keep it going, So basically, I was having this debate with them. Mind you, I'm the only woman in the room. It's just me, my dad, and my cousin, who shall remain nameless because that's none of y'all business. But I'm just playing with y'all. But yeah, so we're talking, and he's just like, yeah, y'all don't know how to separate the emotion from the cheating, which makes it worse when y'all cheat. And this is not the first time I've heard this, and I'm going back and forth with them, and I'm just like, that's not true, first of all, because I know a lot of women that there's no emotion, period, involved. Like, could care less about, how they moving or how y'all feel. And he was like, yeah, but a lot of y'all do care, and a lot of y'all are emotional and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay. So we're talking, and I'm getting nowhere with them, basically, because they're arguing me down that it's okay for a man to cheat as long as nobody is disrespecting their main lady, as long as the women know their place, and as long as they're taking care of home. And I'm just like, wow, like, y'all really, really, truly believe these things. Like, this, I'm not talking to somebody who just playing. Like, you really believe this stuff. So we're just going back and forth, and then they call another girl in there. And she was like, yeah, like, you just basically got to do what these men do. Like, they gonna cheat. I mean, that's just the reality of it. But you just got to do what they do. And I'm like, sis, I'm not doing what they do. I'm not going that low. Because, listen, when you are cheating for get back, when you are cheating for any other purpose than this is something that you want to do. If you're cheating because this is just something that you trying to hurt somebody with, you're hurting yourself in the process because you don't like this person. You're just wasting your time and their time because you're trying to get back at somebody. And I would never ever use another person as a tool to hurt another person. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me, okay? It don't make no sense to me. So she is wrapped up in the mindset that you gotta do what these men do. She used another word, but y'all know. You gotta do what these men do. They gonna cheat. I mean, that's just what it is. That's just the reality of the situation. And I've been told this as well. Like, I've been told that all men cheat. You just gotta pick your favorite. I'm not joking, y'all. I've been told this. And I'm like, what has happened to us? I'm talking about us as women, where we have come to the point where we're accepting these things from these men because we have this mindset that, okay, if I move on, if I find somebody else, they gonna do the same thing. And this man I already know, this man I'm already familiar with, this man knows me, this man loves me, I love him. Let's just, whatever, because the next man gonna do the same thing, I might as well. I refuse to believe that all men cheat. I believe that at least 85 to 90% of them do, but I refuse to believe that all of them do. And here is my dilemma, and here's my thing. I believe that if you cheating just because they cheating, you're making yourself miserable and you're no better than them. I'm not gonna cheat just because you cheating. Like, that's crazy. And I was going back and forth with them for like 2 hours, y'all, and I got nowhere. Absolutely nowhere with them. They just believe what they want to believe. I mean, it was a good, like I said, it was a good debate because I truly got to see how most men think, even though I pretty much knew that already. And, I mean, we had some good conversation, but we really didn't go anywhere. And my cousin was just like, you know what, come talk to me in 5 years, and we're gonna see if you still feel the same way. Because this is how I feel, y'all. I just cannot have like meaningless relationships, and this is why I feel so about dating, because it's like I don't really know you. And this sounds bad, but I don't care to know you. I know that sounds so bad, y'all. I really do. I know it does. But it's just like, that is the truth. Like, if I don't already know you, and this is just how I am in life, if it's really not about, like, business or, like, here on YouTube, like, I want to know y'all. Like, I really do. Like, I be really wanting y'all to talk to me in the comments, stuff like that. Like, yeah, I really do want to know y'all. But, like, when it comes to, like, personal relationships, I don't really want to know new people. And that's kind of not good, because you have to kind of get to know people. So, I have just come to the conclusion that I'm in the wrong generation. I feel like I'm ahead of my time, y'all. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I feel like I'm ahead of my time, because a lot of people feel like how my cousin feels. Got my camera shut off, but I really don't remember what I was saying. But basically, a lot of women are okay with, or just people in general. I don't want to say women, but I do blame the women, because these men would not be able to do what they do if we didn't allow it. Like, just gonna keep it a stack with y'all. Like, they wouldn't be able to cheat here and there, lie here and there, be able to come back here and there if the women didn't allow it. Period. And listen, I don't want to be the head honcho. I want to be the only honcho. Period. So, that's just how I feel. And I'm sorry, y'all. It's really hard to talk and do this. But if I have to go into every situation feeling like I know it's going to be others, but I just want to be the favorite. I'd rather not be in any situation. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather not be in a situation, period.
Powering off.
Sorry, y'all, that's my speaker. But I'd rather just not be in a situation. If I gotta feel like, I'm sorry, I gotta get close. If I gotta feel like, oh, I'm not the only one, but I'm the favorite. Bye. I like having those debates with people just because regardless of whether or not they act like they hear me, you know? And I just want everybody to understand that there are STDs out here. And if you're taking a chance and you're risking your life and you're doing all this stuff, I mean, if you don't care about yourself, at least care about the person you with, you know? At least. So yeah, like it's, cause I live in Atlanta and Atlanta has like a HIV epidemic right now. And like people just don't care. And like this ties into the whole marriage and kids thing, because it's like if somebody is going to cheat on you while you have a whole baby or kids or pregnant or married with or without the children, I just feel like you really don't care about nothing. Like, you don't care. Listen, you don't care about nothing when you do it and it involves just me and you. But just think about if you had kids involved and now you're like, oh, but I gotta think about my kids, and oh, listen, and I don't really put myself or say what I would do, because I used to, listen, let me tell y'all how I used to be, and you guys wouldn't know this because I'm just really starting to open up here on YouTube. But I used to be the type that would say, oh, I would never do that, I would never do that, I would never do this, and then when it's time to put them shoes on, when it's your turn, when it's my turn, when I get tagged in the game and it's time for me to put the shoes on, I'm making decisions that I would never ever imagine that I would ever have made. So I'm saying that to say that I don't speak on anything that I've never ever been through no more. I do not speak on, if I have not been through it, or I'll give like let's just say somebody come to me about something that I haven't experienced yet. I'll be like, well, I haven't gone through that yet, so I really can't tell you what I would do. But as far as where I am in my life right now, this is XYZ, this is how I would go about it. Because if you have never put those shoes on, y'all, if you've never been in a situation before, you don't know what you would do. You really don't. And it took for me to get older and go through some things for me to realize that, baby, you can't just be speaking on stuff that you ain't ever been through. You can't really put your mouth on stuff that you've never had a chance to encounter or anything, because God has a way of making you eating up those words. Because when it's, like I said, when it's your turn and when it's time for you to get tapped in the game, you're going to make that decision that you judge somebody else for making, because you had never been in that situation. But now that you're in it and you get a chance to experience those feelings and those emotions, now you're feeling like, dang, I wouldn't even make the decision that I said I would have made. I'm feeling like I want to do something different. I'm feeling like I want to do something else. So I don't ever talk about things that I haven't been through. Now, if somebody just persistent and like want my advice on something that I've never been through, then I'm just like, okay, well, I've never been through this, so I really don't know. But if just as far as where I'm standing in my life right now, this is what I would do. But only you can make the best decision for you. You can't really expect people to know what decision is best for you, because that decision is for you. It's not for me. I can't tell you how to feel. I can't tell you how to think. I can't tell you how to move. You know, I can only speak from experience. Now, if it's something I've experienced before, I would say, hey, now this is what I did. Now, your situation may be different. because what you can tolerate, I may not be able to tolerate. What I may be able to tolerate, you may not be able to tolerate. So everybody got to make their own decisions custom to their own lives. That's why I'm not really into the whole asking for advice thing, because it's like what I may be able to tolerate, you may not be able to tolerate. It's simple. Like, I don't go around asking people for advice because, for one, everybody don't have your best interests. Regardless of whether we want to be advocates for this or not, everyone does not have your best interests. And it's kind of hard to know who does and who doesn't these days. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all, because I've seen some situations blow up, and I've seen some people who supposed to be close to me, or supposed to be this to me, supposed to be that to me, do some pretty messed up things, and I'm like, what's going on, sis? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's really good? Like, what's popping? What's the tea, sis? Like, straight up, like, for real, for real. So it's not really easy to tell. So that's why I'm like so private and so I'm really gonna talk about this. I'm really gonna talk about that, because it's just like, for what? What am I talking about it for? Like, it's up for me to make the best decisions and the most appropriate decisions for me. It's not for me to. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, I'm gonna give y'all an example. Let's just say if something really bad happened to me. Now, if I feel it necessary, I'm only gonna tell like two people max, because for one, I don't want to keep reliving the situation. And when you discuss what's going on with you, you have to keep reliving the situation. Like, every time you tell the story, you gotta relive it. So I'm only gonna tell like two people at the max. And so, because I just don't feel, first of all, what are we still talking about it for? Second of all, it's my business. So whoever I want to share the information with, that's who I'm going to share the information with. And I just don't feel like it's necessary to keep talking about it if I'm not going to be about it. Like, let's just be honest. Like, what are we talking about it for? Like, it's time for some action to be made, some steps to be taken, and I'm just not a fan of continuing to talk about something. Like, I'm just not. Like, that's just not what I like to do, period. So I'm going to blend this out, y'all. But yeah, like, that's basically how I feel, y'all. Now, I don't know. I want to know what y'all views are on cheating and marriage. If you are married, or if you did marry young, did you feel like, dang, I kind of miss my single life? Dang, I kind of miss not having kids, you know? Because, listen, I don't want to live my life raising kids. I want to live my life, then raise kids, and then live my life some more as a family. Because you can't really do certain things when you have a family. Like, we're just going to keep it a stack. You can't really go out. So, I applied my lashes and primer off camera. I will be able to talk about these lashes real soon, y'all. So, stay tuned. Like, this is why y'all need to be subscribed. Because I got so many surprises coming, okay? And I used the LA Girl primer. And I'm going to be using the Maybelline. Like I always. I really need to get a new foundation. I'm just so hooked and so stuck on this. Like, I know y'all tired of seeing me use this. Like, so, like I said, if y'all got any recommendations, please, let me know down below. Because I need some suggestions. So, I remembered something while I was applying my lashes. Y'all listen, I know I'm all over the place. Next time I do a chit chat, get ready with me, I will have an outline, because I just be talking. Like, and this coming back to stuff I was talking about 5 minutes ago, like, sis, get it together. But this is really important, which is why I'm going to talk about it. So, this is what I feel is the epidemic in our community as a whole. I was gonna say black community, but just because that's the only community I'm from. But I'm pretty sure other people can relate to this as well, because a man is a man, woman is a woman. But to be honest with you, I think the problem in society is that we raise our girls, but we baby our men. And we raise our women to be wives, and you should carry yourself like this, and don't get a bad reputation. And a reputation is something that you could never ever get back. A bad reputation that people are always gonna remember you. But I've been told that all my life. Like, that's just how I am. That's the reason why I am the way I am, because of how I was raised. My grandma used to preach that, like, you can one thing that you cannot turn around, or that you cannot get back, is a bad reputation. You don't ever want to get a bad reputation for yourself, because people, no matter how much you change, no matter how different you are, people will always remember the bad things about you, not the good things about you. So I've just been all of my life just like really trying my best to be a lady and not have a bad reputation, and don't do this and don't do that, just because, not because I'm trying to impress people, but that's just how I am. Like, I really don't want everybody getting next to me, want everybody getting close to me. I don't want everybody to be able to say, oh yeah, we hung out, we did this and all of that. None of that. No. You ain't gonna be able to say none of that about me, okay? So I just think we raise our women to be wives, but who is teaching these men how to be husbands? Who? Because we need to talk. We need to chat. We need to change the curriculum, okay? Because it's not working. So, I just really be confused about that, because it's like you guys spend so much time drilling women on how to be wives, how to dress, how to do this, how to do that. And it's just like, but who is teaching these men how to be husbands, how not to cheat, how not to be disrespectful, how not to play games, how not to do this and how not to do that? Who is teaching the course? Because you need some assistance from me. You need some help from me, because your curriculum isn't working. It is flawed. So we need to talk. We need to chat. Because it's just like, it's not fair, because everybody want to tell women how to dress, how to think, how to do this, how to do that. You got to do this, you got to do that. And it's just like, okay. So it's just a woman thing. You know, because I seen this thing where the whole thing with, when everybody was mad at Sierra for posting that with the pastor, saying how women should carry themselves, they should act like a wife instead of a girlfriend or something like that. I'm really paraphrasing, but y'all know what I'm talking about. And I didn't see the whole thing, but I ain't hear him say nothing about these men need to stop acting like boyfriends and start acting like husbands. I'm just really fed up with how everybody wants for women to act a certain way. Like, we get crucified for doing the same thing men do. And it's like, who are you talking to? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you talking to me? I mean, and it's like I was talking to my dad. And he was like, if a woman does this and a woman does that, then she's a slut. But if a man does this and a man does that, then he's a player. He's a pimp. And I just don't agree with that. In my eyes, a slut is a slut. I just don't have any type of classification on who can be a slut and who can't. Like, a man can be one just as much as a woman can. I mean, if y'all own the same thing, y'all doing the same thing, then both of you guys are sluts. I don't think just because a man does the same thing a woman does, he should be considered a player. He should get a slap on the hand. He should get praised for doing the same thing that a woman gets crucified for. I don't believe in that. I honestly believe both parties should get the same exact treatment. I really do. And in my eyes, they do get the same exact treatment. Like, I don't believe in that, y'all. I really don't. And I really want us as a society to stop judging women on things we don't judge men for. We don't judge men on, are they good husband material. We tell women, oh, you need to stay down with them till he get there. But we have to already be prepared, and we have to already be setting ourselves up to be wife material. But we're told, oh, we got to stay down for the come up. Listen, I'm fed up. I am fed up, because it's just like, what is wrong with y'all? Like, I would never go for that, period. Like, ever. I'm not staying down with nobody, and I got to be fully 100% ready. You know what I'm saying? I got to be 100% ready, but they just got to show up, and they just got to, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I mean by we raise our women, and we baby our men. We really do. We really do. We really, really do. Like, we expect a lot from our girls. My mama never had any boys. It's just me and my sister. So, I don't really have anything to compare the way we were raised to, because it was just me and my sister, and we were kind of like raised the same way. Like, you can't have a bad reputation, and you can't do this, and you can't do that. You got to carry yourself like a lady. You got to do this, you got to do that. So there was no bias in my house, because it was we were both girls. There was no bias, so there was nothing that I could really compare anything to, you know, like, because we both pretty much followed the same blueprint. You know, we were two girls, two women, and my mama was a single mom, and basically we watched her do everything herself. Like, my mama did everything, well, with the help of God, of course, but she did everything by herself. So it just made me want to, like, go harder, because one day I want to sit my mother down, and I want to sit her down real soon, you know. I want for her to not really have to worry about a lot, because my mom works really hard, and she works a lot, and it's really for the benefit of me and my sister, because she just wants to see us succeed. She just wants to see us live our best lives. Like, she really just wants the best for us, and the biggest thing that she wants for us is to be able to stand on our own and just give her a peace of mind. And I just really want to give that to her, and I really want to give her a life that doesn't involve so much work and so much, you know, worrying about us. You know, I just want her to worry about herself. And that's really what I just want to give to her, period, is a peace of mind. And just to know that we're fine, and we're good, and we're going to be good, and we're always going to be here with you and take care of you. That's just what I want to give my mama, you know. That's just really what I want to give my mama. That's just how I've always been. And I think it's because of how I was raised, because I've always, like, wanted a career and wanted to be independent, just because I seen my mama do it. I seen her be independent, do it all without a husband and stuff like that. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something a little personal. I was talking to this boy, and he asked me, like, if we were to get married, and if I told you you didn't have to work, and if I was gonna take care of everything, would you do it? And I told him no. And this is why I told him no. Because I honestly, truthfully want to be able to provide a life for myself and not have to depend on anyone to give me an allowance. And this is no offense to any stay-at-home moms, anybody who your job is to raise your children, because that is a job, and that is a tough job. That's one of the hardest jobs, okay? But if that's something that you genuinely want to do, then do it. But if that's something, if you have dreams and if you have goals outside of raising your children, and you're not doing that because you're trying to please someone else, you're not living in your purpose. And that's not my purpose. And I think part of the reason why I'm so adamant and I'm so independent and so, like, really want to be self-sufficient is because I've seen my mama do it all my life. Like, I've seen her grind, I've seen her get it, I've seen her do it, like, so I know for a fact it can be done. And by the time I have children, I want them to look at me and be like, my mama a hustler. Like, she be getting it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to just be like, oh, well, I gotta ask my dad. Or, yeah, my mom's cool. She can cook. You know, like, I just want them to feel like, well, whenever I do have children, like, my mom is a hustler. Like, she go get it. Like, both of my parents are hustlers. Like, that's what I want them to think of me, and I want them to be able to know and be able to feel that they can also do the same. Like, I don't want to shut down any dreams or any goals because of what they see. So school is pretty interesting. Like, school right now is school. Okay? And what I mean by that is it's not that bad, to be honest with you guys, because my major is something that I'm genuinely interested in. Like, but it doesn't take away the fact that school is hard, okay? School is really not easy. And I'm taking 6 classes right now. That's 18 credit hours. The normal recommendation is like 4 to 5 classes, you know, if you want to keep your brain in sanity. But because I'm trying to graduate in December, I do graduate in December. I'm just taking 6 classes because I'm just like, you know, whatever. I'm ready to go. If I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys, I'm just ready to go and flourish and live my life and not have to worry about, you know, this is due, that is due. I can create my own deadlines, and, you know, even though it's not going to be a walk in the park, because real life is real life, okay? And it's not a walk in the park, but neither is school. You know, I think a lot of people who haven't been to school, because I am going to be the first, I'm going to be the first graduate of, like, college graduate in my family, in my family. Yeah. Other than my granddad's other kids, but that's too complicated, y'all. Keep subscribe, stay tuned, and y'all get to see. But but as far as like my immediate family, I'm gonna be the first graduate, and it's kind of difficult being a first generation graduate because it's like nobody understands what you're going through. Nobody can relate to what you're going through because you're the first person to go through it. And I was talking to my mama, and I'm just like, because you know how black parents tend to be like, just pray about it. You know, they don't think you have any problems. Because if you don't have like a whole mortgage and kids and stuff like that, black parents don't really think you got problems. You know, and I'm just going to be 100% honest with you. And I keep saying black parents because I'm black. And that's what I can relate to. So me and my mom had a heart-to-heart, and I'm just like, I really wish that my mama could have went to college just so she can know what I'm going through, just so she could understand, and so she can be a little bit more understanding about what I'm actually going through and what it actually means and what it actually takes to be a college student. Because I honestly, truthfully, sometimes don't believe that she don't really understand that much because she hasn't been there. And you know, I try to understand as well, because I'm like, how is she gonna understand if she's never been there? We just talked about, you know, talking about things you ain't never been through, and then when it's your time to go through it, you know, you make a completely different decision than you said you would make because you had never been through it. So I try to be a tad bit understanding when it comes to my mother. And okay, and how she feels about school and stuff like that, because she never went to school. So it's like, I understand, you know, that you don't understand what I'm going through. You kind of just looking at it like, what is your problem? What is the problem? You know what I'm saying? I think we're at a better understanding now, because she sees how hard I work, and you know how much effort and how much thought I'm putting into actually getting good grades. So I think we're at a better place now. But at one point, I'm just like, sis, you want to come sit down and take one of these classes with me? Because I think that's the only way we're going to come to the common ground, because she just wasn't hearing it. Like, she really wasn't at one point. But I think, like, you can get so wrapped up in your own life that you don't really realize that, like, other people are going through things as well. And I just try to understand everybody that's close to me the best way I know how, while still trying to maintain and keep my life together. Because I honestly feel like I'm pretty good at that. Like, I'm pretty good at, you know, keeping up with my business while also maintaining okay relationships, you know. And I don't take anything personal, like when I don't hear from my friends, or if I ain't heard from you in a minute. You know, I got a friend I ain't heard from, you know, I don't see her that often. Like, a lot of my friends, like, because we're in school. Like, we're in school. Like, that takes so much out of you, like, on its own. Like, mentally, physically, like, all of it. Because you're just so drained, you know? So, I understand. Like, when I don't hear from my friends, I'm just like, girl, I get it. I get it, okay? I am not tripping, because y'all don't hear from me like that either. Because I'm trying to figure it out. I'm just trying my best to figure it out. So I'm just going to apply. Because I'm really, like, I could really leave it like this. But I'm not into matte lips right now. And I honestly don't think I'll be into matte lips for a while. I'm the queen of not having my life together before I get on camera. But if you a matte girl and you like this, girl, you can leave it like this, sis. You can leave it just like this. I'm a gloss girl, though. For sure. So I want to thank you guys so much for tuning into this video today. I really want to film this today because I just want us to get talking. I just want us to know each other. I just want us to communicate. And what better way to communicate than to just sit down, do our makeup, and talk? Cause girl, that's just what we came here to do. So like I said, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe, because I got some big news coming up for y'all real soon. So stay tuned. I got videos coming out. From now on, you guys will be getting 2 videos a week. I have not committed to days. I filled out my calendar, but I haven't like committed to like a specific day. Just because I don't want to tell y'all, oh, it's coming out on Tuesday, and then Tuesday come around and you like, what's up sis? Like, because it could have been anything. I had an assignment due, you know, it's could have been anything, and I don't want just anything to come up and you guys are mad or you guys are disappointed because you were expecting a video, because I respect your time, and this the year we were claiming our time, sis, and you don't got time for me to be wasting your time, okay? So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. I love you.
Time, you ain't showing me the love you say you got for me. Ain't no loyalty, you lied to me. You said that you